And thank you for joining us on this momentous occasion. As a school, we pride ourselves on each of the 3 A's. We constantly refine and enhance our academic program to provide the most robust experience. Our arts opportunities abound, and our outstanding facilities offer students a chance to shine. This afternoon, we further our commitment to our student athletes by breaking down ground on the Patton Field House and the Fort Worth Country Day Tennis Complex. There are many people to thank for this day: parents, faculty, staff, alumni, trustees, past parents, friends of the school. The contributions from the community as a whole are changing lives and making Country Day an even better school. I want to offer a very special thank you to Laura and Jeff Alexander, who led the charge in our funding initiatives, raising more than $12 million, and to Sherry and Bobby Patton for their generous lead gift. These facilities are possible because of a loyal and generous school community. I am deeply appreciative of the overwhelming support and participation of the Country Day family in this endeavor. As a community, it is our job to lead by example, to engage students and then challenge them to learn and to rise to every occasion that presents itself. That's what the 3 A's are all about. As a Falcon alumnus and a past parent, I can assure you that facilities like these will make students proud. In my days as a student, we had 2 asphalt tennis courts, and I used the locker rooms in the round gym. Even though it's only been a few years since I graduated. Well, okay. I believe it's time for an upgrade. I look forward to cheering on the Falcons at the tennis complex in the spring. I look forward to watching our students grow as athletes. These facilities will help make that happen, and I'm thrilled to break ground today on this exciting next chapter in our athletic program. It is my pleasure to introduce Shannon Young-Ray, our Board of Trustees' immediate past president, who played a major role in making today possible. Shannon.
Thank you all, and a special welcome to each of you on this exciting day in the life of our school. The Fort Worth Country Day we know and love did not happen overnight. It has taken continual forethought, planning, commitment, investment, and determination on behalf of many to reach where we are today. Board-approved strategic and master plans during the past 50 years have driven funding projects that are providing today's students with exceptional facilities, an outstanding faculty team, and educational programming that is second to none. Our most recent funding initiative, Then, Now, Forever, began quietly in 2012, and to date has generated over $12 million in commitments from parents, alumni, faculty and staff, trustees, grandparents, past parents, and foundations. I am especially grateful for the 100% commitment from both our Board of Trustees and faculty and staff. This remarkable support illustrated to our local foundations and leadership donors the commitment of those closest to the school. Bringing the new athletic facilities to life is just one of the components of Then, Now, Forever, but it's a big one for our students. The new tennis complex will feature 10 courts and make it possible for both boy and girl teams to practice and compete daily at the same time, and for Country Day to host tournaments on campus instead of leasing courts at alternative venues. The 35,000 square foot Patton Field House will include the Moritz Fitness Center, coaches' offices and locker rooms, 2 multi-purpose classrooms, enhanced upper school locker rooms, separate PE and middle school locker rooms, and a state-of-the-art athletic training suite. At this time, I too want to especially recognize Sherry and Bobby Patton for their leadership gift to name the Patton Field House. At the earliest stages, they saw the need for this facility and believed in it before the drawings were complete. Their continual support and commitment have been invaluable, and we're truly grateful. I also want to express our sincerest appreciation to Leslie and John David Moritz for the naming commitment to the Moritz Fitness Center, as well as the Amon Carter Foundation and the William E. Scott Foundation for their continuous leadership support of Country Day. Each has been a long-standing benefactor of Country Day and was willing to go above and beyond one more time for our school. Thank you. The athletic facilities were not the only priority of Then Now Forever. Of the $12 million pledged, over $2.5 million has been committed to the endowment for financial aid and faculty salaries. Supporting the school's endowment ensures its financial stability for the future. It also gives the school the ability to invite the best and brightest teachers to join this learning community and stay to enhance their skills and inspire our students. Moreover, the endowment gives the school the flexibility to pursue forward-thinking strategic objectives like online learning, which would not otherwise be afforded through the tuition-driven operating budget. It is important to note that none of this would have been possible without the leadership of Laura and Jeff Alexander and their team of 20 volunteers. When asked in 2012 to serve as co-chairs of Then Now Forever, Laura and Jeff enthusiastically agreed and immediately focused their attention on the task at hand. We are here today because of their insight and steadfast dedication throughout this project. Laura and Jeff, on behalf of the Board of Trustees, the school administration, faculty and staff, our students, and the greater Falcon community, we thank you sincerely for your efforts on behalf of our school. Now, the reason we each continue to do what we do for Country Day is for the benefit of the students. It is now my pleasure to welcome two students, Senior Adele Elkin and Junior Sarah Jane McDonald, to the podium as they would like to say a few words on behalf of their fellow students. Ladies.
Hello everyone, my name is Sarah Jane McDonald and I'm a junior here at Country Day and I've been on the tennis team since 7th grade. When I first heard that they were making new plans for an athletic center and tennis courts, I could only hope it would happen during my time here. I knew that these things take time to build, but the prospect of having new courts excited me greatly. These past few seasons, our team has felt the effects of our old weathered courts. My freshman year, when we would play home matches, boys and girls would share the courts. This caused many players to have to wait for up to 2 other matches to be completed before getting to play. As a team, we decided to wait on each other and cheer each other on, making match days difficult for getting homework done if they start at 4 and take up to 4 hours to finish. Some matches have lasted so long we've had to finish them the next day. With the completion of the new complex, we will have 10 courts, which will make it so much easier to get everyone on to play in a timely manner. Another issue is that our current number of courts limits the number of players allowed on the team. Since we only have 6 courts and around 50 students try out for high school tennis each year, we have to make cuts every year. Tennis is the only sport where we have to turn people away and tell them they must pick another sport, which can be sad for newer, not as advanced players and possibly cause them to lose interest in my personal favorite sport. This past season, SBC changed their rules to say that schools must have 8 courts to host home SBC counter matches. This means that the team was forced to host matches at McClellan Tennis Center. This was unfortunate because it got rid of the home school advantage feel of home matches and caused us to be spread across many courts, making watching teammates difficult. The situation with McClellan was not ideal, with other strangers playing tennis right around us. These new courts will give us somewhere we can home base again and a place we are proud to call our courts. On behalf of the tennis team at Fort Worth Country Day, I want to thank you all for your support of the Then Now Forever program, which has made it possible for these new courts. As soon as I heard the plans, I began pestering my father, who is on the board, about when they would be done. I can't believe that I will get to play 2 whole seasons on these beautiful courts. Come tennis season, I would like to extend an invitation for all of you to come see us play. I can assure you it will be a fun time and would be happy to show people the game if you are unfamiliar. Next, I would like to introduce my good friend and fellow athlete, Adele Elkind, to the podium.
Hi everyone, thank you for coming out today despite the heat that's thankfully starting to lower. My name is Adele Elkind and I'm a senior student here at 4th Country Day. I have been a part of 5 different sports here and I will have earned 13 varsity letters by graduation in May. Being an athlete here has allowed me to, in my opinion, get the best first-hand experience with the facilities at our school and other schools because we're the ones putting them to use. After hearing about everything that the donors made possible, I couldn't help but be so jealous of every athlete younger than me that is going to get to use these facilities. I have a younger brother, Sam, who just entered high school, and I'm sure that next year when I'm away at college, all that our conversations will consist of is him bragging about the new field house and how his football team will get to watch film in an actual film room and not Mr. Douglas's classroom. Sarah Jane just talked about how the tennis courts are going to make such an incredible difference to the tennis team, and the field house is going to be just as incredible. The new fitness center and training room will now be much closer to the fields, which will make it so much more accessible to the student athletes that need immediate assistance. Each will also have more space than what we currently have so that the individuals and teams will finally be able to do what they need efficiently with more advanced equipment. The equipment will help us get stronger and compete better against SBC schools. And we will have the locker rooms. As a female athlete, I can speak on behalf of all of us that we'll be so thankful to have our own high school girls locker room and space separate from the middle school and PE for all of our bags and equipment with enhanced lockers that will benefit home and visiting teams. Speaking of our visitors, in high school we get the opportunity to travel to Oklahoma every other year and other SBC schools for games, sometimes the SBC championship. But whenever we go to these schools, their facilities are phenomenal and our teams all feel so lucky to be able to play on these beautiful courts and fields. So now it will be our turn. Schools will come to our school and leave in awe because of our phenomenal facilities. Finally, these facilities will enhance school spirit. I have witnessed a lack of this spirit in the past few years, but this will allow us to host more tournaments and more games, and other schools will ask if we can host the next match or meet. Students from all schools will want to come to the games and support their friends. People will leave Country Day and feel blessed to have had the opportunity to play at such a beautiful place that we get to call ours. It is now my pleasure to welcome Mr. Lombardi, our new head of school.
I know I stand between you all and getting into cooler places, but I am the only one here wearing a tie, I think. So you'll know I have a priority of getting through quickly too. Although Sherry and I talked about the half-hour version, I'm not giving the half-hour version. I'm so grateful to be here this afternoon. Grateful to be at Fort Worth Country Day. Grateful to be at a groundbreaking for Fort Worth Country Day. Grateful to be among people who are making some dreams come true. Dreams of incredibly valuable facilities being built, dreams of taking the school to an even better place than it is already. Dreams of giving the Adeles and Sarah Janes of Fort Worth the best facilities and circumstances in which to grow and learn. The dreams we are making real with these buildings are amazing, but they do not compare to the dreams of the school's founders. Just today, I had lunch with one of those dreamers, Pat Schutz. Mrs. Schutz was telling me about Fort Worth Country Day's very first groundbreaking, December 12th, 1962, just up the hill. There are plenty of differences between that day and this one, December 12th, 1962. They were quite cold. August 28th, we're not cold. In 1962, they were turning shovels on dirt at the top of a mostly barren hill in the midst of Thomas Ryan's 10 acres. In 2015, we're turning shovels at the bottom of amazingly well-designed and built-out hills on 140 acres of amazingly arranged and manicured space, looking up and over at 14 amazing buildings built over the last 50 years. In 1962, they were hopeful of having enough students to make a school. They were charging a maximum of $900 a year. In 2015, we're so fortunate to have 1,100 students as we start our 53rd year, and well, $900 will get you almost 2 weeks of school. What a gutsy move those families were making, taking their conversations about a new school from their living rooms to the reality of spending money and building buildings somewhere out across the one-lane bridge on Stove Foundry Road. All of us here owe so much to those founders. I owe as much as anyone, not just to the founders, but also to everybody who is making these new buildings happen. Here I am, ending my first week at the school, and I get to be a part of this groundbreaking. What a gift. I've been saying for months now how fortunate I am to be getting the chance to join this community. What better evidence of my good fortune than this event? 5 days in, and I'm getting to be with and recognize people who are so committed to making our school better. We have thanks to give to many, as others have shared. I would add to the list of those to thank Shannon, Scott Sankary, and Michael Dyke as board members in charge of the project, Steve Stackhouse and Sandra Tumay as school staff in charge of the project, and our architects, Bennett and Benner Partners, our engineers, Baird Hampton and Brown, and Lincoln Builders. And lastly, and most importantly, before we don the hard hats and grab the shovels, I would thank all of the community members, those present and others in absentia, who saw fit to provide significant funding to the project. Thanks to the work of Laura and Jeff, there are many people on that list. Leslie and John David, thank you for making the fitness center a reality. Sherry and Bobby, thank you for leading the way towards the field house. And thank you all for joining us. Let's play in the dirt.
Shovels and dirt.
Shovel and dirt.
All right, 1, 2, 3, turn it.
Yeah.